All right, we are back with another Prize Picks video. Going to be talking NBA in this one. There's only 2 games tonight, so 4 teams are active, but definitely a decent amount of value on the board. So ultimately going to give you guys 5 picks. If you're new to this channel, definitely go ahead and subscribe. We rip out daily content, definitely NBA, football we have going on Thursdays, Mondays, and Sundays, of course. And then I'm going to be start doing college basketball soon, and is also NHL. So definitely, go ahead and subscribe. We've been continuing to grow like crazy. It's awesome. Can't thank you guys enough for the support. And like the video, leave a comment down below if you like one of these picks. If you don't like one of them, try to change my mind or something. Love talking to you guys down in the comments. But before we get into the board today, do want to go over the picks from yesterday. I actually had made 2 videos because we had a day off on Tuesday. So I'll go over all of them. This one hurt a lot. Obviously, Zion did not play. We put these in on Tuesday, so didn't know the injury report, but ended up not playing. Unfortunate, but what can you do? Next up, Taylor Horton-Tucker got us there pretty easily. I think this was actually more than this. I don't know why it's only showing 9. Lauri Markkanen, his stints in the first quarter are funny. He came out with like 8 minutes left in the first quarter. I was like, oh no, what the heck? But he ends up coming back in and ended up getting there for us with the 7. Anthony Edwards, absolutely hurt. Went off in the second half. Didn't have the best first half, but just came up short. That one stung a lot. Same thing with Klay Thompson. Had like multiple shots down the stretch of that close Golden State and Denver game, but then ended up not getting there for us. Missed 3 free throws, which he doesn't typically do, which sucked. Obviously, he would have got over for that if he shot his normal percentage from the line. And then Scotty had an interesting game. Look at his stats here: 12 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal or 1 block, 4 steals. So definitely a good night for his fantasy score. And that was the first 6. The next 6 here went 3 for 6 on this one. Halliburton almost got there for us, getting 3 assists in that first quarter. Obviously, it sounds like a lot, but he's been doing it consistently. Jordan Poole, bad miss. I mean, Kuzma's definitely the number 1 guy on that team. Poole he's hit or miss. He could go for 40 if he's hitting his shots. He could go for 11 like this game if he's missing them. So, kind of an inconsistent player to say the least. And then Sabonis, he had 6 assists in the first half. He was diming up pretty well. Probably a frustration game for him as they've been, really struggling without Fox, and he was able to hurt us there as well. But the 2 Celtics got us there. Porzingis had an absolute game against Philly, but Tatum and Brown just didn't show up against that team. And they lost in that one. And then Derek White, that's an easy money line. Whenever I see a 1.5 blocks and steals line for Derek White, he seems to get that consistently. And same with Jimmy Butler. That's now 7 games in a row over his 5.5 points in the first quarter. So going to try to do, that or better. We've been rocking over 50% every single video for as long as I can remember. And we're definitely going to hit on one of these days. It's been, frustrating to say the least when you miss by 1 or 2 on a lot of these slips. So definitely a 6 for 6s. It should be incoming. But let's jump into the board here. Got 5 picks for you for this slate, and we're going to start in Milwaukee. Let's go to Damian Lillard here. He is the cover man for this video. I'm going to go to his 8.0 free throws made. Sounds like a lot. He's actually averaging 10 free throws attempted per game this year, and he averaged 10 last year. So 8.0 sounds like a lot, but he's been doing it very consistently. Gone over in 4 of his last 5 games, and a really good matchup against Indiana here. They're giving up 21.8 free throws made per game. That's not attempted, that's free throws made. So Dame should have a lot of opportunity to get to the line, a lot of opportunity to knock down some free throws. He's shooting like 93% from the line, so don't expect him missing much when he gets there. And just really liking the spot. If Milwaukee maybe is leading at the end of the game, maybe they have to go some foul taking down the stretch of this game. But Dame hasn't had, a crazy game just yet on the Bucks, kind of, still finding his own on that team, but it seems like they're getting things together. And I'm liking Dame in this spot at 8.0 fantasy or free throws made. Next up, staying in the same game, not the most flashy name of the day, but we're going to go to Jalen Smith here. Let me just get his a bunch of Smiths. Jalen Smith here. Oh, no why. There we go. I'm going to go to his 10.5 points and assists, and he's been absolutely consistent all year. He's one of those guys that if you play fantasy basketball, he kind of just shows up every single game. He's a great waiver wire pickup when Miles Turner's out, and when he gets big minutes, he does good things. But he gets his consistent 18 to 20 minutes Obviously, if he's getting 25, this will be an absolute lock. But he just gets stats in a hurry. He's been scoring the ball really well. And not the best matchup in terms of Milwaukee, but last year when they played him, the previous two matchups back in March, he was able to go over this line really handily. Obviously, the injury history, I didn't look too deep into that, but has a solid history against Milwaukee. And again, just 6 for 7 of the season. I think this continues. And if he sees upwards of 20 plus minutes, this should be easy money. So Jalen Smith, again, not the best or the biggest name on the board, but just a consistent player that can fill up the stats in a hurry. So I'm liking him in that spot. And then moving on to the other game here, we're actually going to go to another Jalen. Going to go to Jalen Suggs on this one. And projection models are loving Suggs. I see him popping up on points. Projection models loving it. Rebounds projection models loving it. Everything. So I'm just going to go to his fantasy score here. Some people are liking his blocks and steals today. I just think he's solid defensively. He's been getting blocks and steals. He's solid offensively, pretty consistent in terms of his points, his rebounds, assists. So really liking this spot for him. He's gone over in 5 straight games, and not the worst matchup for him in Atlanta, going up against Trey and DeJounte. DeJounte obviously the better of the two guard defenders, but in terms of Atlanta giving up fantasy points to shooting guards, they're one of the top third of the league for sure, giving up 45 fantasy points to shooting guards. That's as a whole, so not just one guy. But really liking him in this spot, and so are projection models. If we go over and look at his points, rebounds, assists really quick, he's gone over in 4 of the 7 games. The only injury news we have here is Markelle Fultz is probably going to return today, I would think. He was a full participant in practice yesterday, and he's missed the past 3 or so games, but he doesn't seem to affect Suggs all too much. He's got it in these 2 games while Fultz was playing. So I think Suggs still comes out hot here. Can do a little bit on the defensive end, can stay consistent on the offensive end, and again, projections are really liking this spot for him. 22.5 fantasy score for Suggs. And then going over to Suggs' teammate on the same side of the court here, we're going to go to Paolo Banchero. I'm going to go to his 33.5 points, rebounds, assists. This is a guy that started off the season really poorly, and a lot of him missing these has been due to his inability to score early on, but he's really found his rhythm. Wendell Carter Jr. is now out of there, so a little bit more rebounding for him, a little bit more low post scoring, but he's kind of broken out of that slump for sure over in the past 3 games here, and 2 of them weren't even close. Really liking his matchup against Atlanta, kind of like Suggs in the shooting guard spot. Atlanta's given up a whole bunch of fantasy points to here's the Hawks right here, to power forwards. They're giving up decent amount of assists, Green in the assists, Green in the points, solid in the rebounding. So I'm really liking this spot for Paolo. In addition to that, the odds are liking it, minus 110 to go over, plus 104 to go under. So plus money on the under is always good to see if we're going on the over. And expected EV, we're getting a DVIG odds of minus 129 as well. So not the best in terms of what he's been doing so far this year, but you can really see his early season struggles. Really poor shooting, and this is more what I assume he's going to be doing the rest of the year as he just continues to become better and be that star that he might be in this league down the line. So Paolo Banchero, 33.5, gonna ride his momentum in a solid matchup in Atlanta. So, and then last but not least, we're gonna go to DeJounte Murray here. A lot of people are going to his points, rebounds, assists, thinking he's gonna have a solid game, and I think he totally could. I just think the Orlando Magic provide a difficult matchup for him. I'm actually going to go to his turnovers. It was surprising me to see that he has a higher usage rate than Trae Young so far this year, and he's had this in line in 5 straight games. And he's not going up against a team that doesn't cause turnovers. He's going up against a team, actually, if you look at all of these, they're causing the most turnovers at 3.5 per position per game. And if we extend that a little further to shooting guards, we got the Orlando Magic giving up 3.68 turnovers, or getting 3.68 turnovers, or causing them, I guess you would say. So I'm liking Murray in this spot. I think he's going to have the ball in his hands a decent amount, and the Magic have been, kind of a matchup nightmare for especially guards, but the whole NBA in terms of causing turnovers. So I'm really liking Murray in this spot. Let's go open up his page on Outlier really quick. And by the way, kind of an announcement to make here. I did just partner up with Outlier. So if you're interested and you liked, seeing all these stats, being able to, visualize the data that you want to understand. I've been using this ever since I started this YouTube channel. That's kind of actually why I started this YouTube channel. But it makes it so easy to visualize everything. You have access to all different categories in terms of player props. You can like go into a bunch of different things, betting on games. But this is the part that I use the most. So if you're interested in this, there is a link in the description to get you guys a free week of Outlier. So definitely go check that out. If you don't like it, there's no harm, no foul. It's a free week. So definitely go try it out. Use my link to get that free week. But yeah, a little plug right there as we have our first partner. So really excited about that. But going into DeJounte's page, real quick, going to his turnovers. He's been doing this pretty consistently so far this year. He's gone over in 5 straight games, like we mentioned. These first 2 games didn't get there, but again, Orlando very, very solid at stealing this ball. If we look at the past 3 matchups, he's gotten 7, 5, and 3 turnovers against Orlando. So really liking to see that as well. It is plus money, so if you're on a sports book, definitely go attack it over there. Get a little bit more bang for your buck. But we got him on PrizePicks here, and that's what we're going to expect to do. So DeJounte Murray will close out the 5 video picks for us. And if you're looking for more video picks as well, I did go over Thursday Night Football in my previous video, so that will be probably popping up at the end of this one. So go check that out. Mix and match these. You don't always have to go for all 5. Pick your favorite 2 or your favorite 5 or whatever it is from the both videos. So that will do it for this one. Hopefully make some money tonight. 2 decent games on the NBA slip, and then we got weird Thursday Night Football battle of the worst teams in the league. So should be a fun night. Hopefully make some money of it, make the best of it. Also, definitely go check that link in the description for a free week trial of Outlier. That's the app that I'm always using on these videos. It completely changed the game for me in terms of my sports betting, analysis and research and success. So if that's something you're interested, definitely click the link down below. But that will do it. Hopefully make some money tonight, guys, and peace out.